Honor, family, and pride are just some of the pillars of an ancient Native American game that's still being played to this day. As Ken Molestina found out during a recent trip to the Choctaw Reservation in southern Oklahoma, stickball, as it's called, originally was played to settle disputes among tribes.
On Choctaw land in Durant, there's a game being played that dates back to time immemorial, at least 300 years since the beginning of the Choctaw Nation. Choctaw people call this stickball or ishtaboli.
Some people call Choctaw stickball the granddaddy of American sports.
Dr. Ian Thompson is a tribal historian and says stickball has many elements of several modern-day sports in it. And while it was originally used for recreation, it also served a more serious purpose in its early days.
Sometimes the game was used as an alternative to going to war. In terms of settling disputes, it was a lot more peaceful way to do that.
A part of history ingrained in the minds of those leading the charge now to promote the game today. People like Choctaw Nation member Jared Tom.
We had to find a way to settle disputes differently, so that was our big picture, was we're losing too many lives, we're losing too many of our own people over something that can be resolved another way.
Tom is now a stickball coach himself, but he began playing around the age of 10. He explained the game is similar to lacrosse with two teams on a large field. You score by shooting a ball from the web of the sticks or capucha at a pole on either end. And trust me,
there you go. Oh, you almost scored.
It isn't easy.
You've been playing for 23 years now, since you were 10 years old, you say.
Yes.
What do you think this game and its tradition means to you personally?
It means everything. It's who we are. It's our identity. Along with our language, along with our dances, you know, stickball's right along there with us.
He says part of this tradition that carries on is that while rough at times,
you're self-taught to hone your own aggression, and a lot of times it is tough. Ready? Balls up.
Stickball can also teach us that problems can be solved without unnecessary harm.
In the early days of stickball, it was young men, sometime around their teenage years, that they'd begin to play this game competitively. Now in modern day culture, they play as young as 6 or even 7 years old. Something else that's different is that women are allowed to participate.
Basically anyone can play. Women especially can play. Not only the guys can play, that women also can play, and they are just as strong as guys are.
The inclusivity of the game has contributed to its booming popularity in the last decade or so, with tournaments being held throughout the year and more people becoming interested in stickball.
Today, the game is a gateway for Choctaw culture.
There's even an exhibit at the Choctaw Cultural Center dedicated to explaining the game.
The biggest win for us is keeping the game alive and keeping it going. I think that's the rich part of our game.
Tom says as long as they come for the game and stay for the culture, victory is shared with everyone.
1, 2, 3, Oklahoma!
In Durant, Ken Molestina, CBS News, Texas.